Hello everyone, I am Mrs. Ekta God with my next one video for the biology. In this video, I am going to continue about the reproduction in organisms. In my previous video, I explained you about the sexuality in organisms. Here, I am going to discuss about the gamete transfer. Have you ever wondered how the gametes meet? As you know very well, there are two kinds of gametes, male and female gametes. Whenever these gametes come together, fuse together, they facilitate a process. That process is known as fertilization. So in majority of organisms, male gamete is motile. What is the meaning of motile? That they can move. All the male gametes have such kind of energy, then they can move from the male part to the female part. And another female gamete is stationary. Why it is stationary? Because it is the heaviest kind of cell in the human beings and in all the animal creatures, because it contains food for the future generation. Food means all kind of nourishment provided by the egg cell for the future generation. That's why nature has given the power to female gamete to become little bit heavy and the stationary condition. Beside it, we have different kind of creatures in our surroundings. So we have few exceptions also, because the nature has to lead the life only. So here are few fungi and algae. They have the both types of gametes. They are the motile, but these motile gametes required a medium. Because of the medium only, male gametes can reach to the female gametes. Here are few examples of the plants like algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes. Those are showing their movement with the help of the water. So these gametes transfer due to the presence of water. Here we can get a very fantastic phenomena from the nature side. A large number of male gametes produce, but they all fail to reach the female gamete. So that's why, to compensate this problem, nature has provided the formation of huge number of male gametes than the female gametes. So if the large number of male gametes will be produced by an organism, then here is the possibility to meet with the less number of female gametes. Here in this diagram, you can see the fusion of gametes. So here you can see they are the isogametes because they are looking of the same size, same structure. That means they are looking identical to each other. Whenever the fusion of gamete will occur, they will form a structure that is known as zygote. After complete fusion, that zygote will convert into the new individual. That new individual cell is the formation of the same kind of organisms. We have diversity in our surroundings. Now we have the complexity of the different plant creatures also. Beside the algae fungi, we have developed kind of plants. They are known as gymnosperms and angiosperms. So these gymnosperm and angiosperms carry the seeds. So in this we have different kind of a structure for the male and for the female plant. In seed plants, pollen grains are the carriers of male gamete and ovule have the egg. Pollen grains produced in anthers, therefore have to be transferred to the stigma before it can lead to fertilization. So as you all have learned in class 10th, the longitudinal section of the flower, in that you come to know that male gametes produced by the anther and all the eggs are contained by the ovary. That female part is also known as pistil. Pistil has their three structures: ovary, style and stigma. So that stigma part is sticky, which help to pollen grains to fallen on that, and the respective pollen grain will stick to the stigma to lead the fertilization. Now we have another kind of plants also. Those are showing the self-fertilization. Such kind of plants are known as bisexual. In these plants, the flower bear both the male and female organs itself. In this condition, anthers and stigma are very close to each other. So there is no need of any pollinating agent that can be possible itself. Pollen grains can be fallen easily on the stigma. So such kind of fertilization is known as self-fertilization, and it is present in bisexual organisms or in the bisexual plants. Beside it, we have different kind of pollination that is known as cross-pollination. For the cross-pollination, we have required the dioecious plants. That means male and female gametes are present on the separate plants. So such kind of pollination is known as cross-pollination. Here you have learned the kind of pollination. One is the self-pollination and another is the cross-pollination. So now here is the question, how does pollen grains germinate on the stigma? Very interesting process will occur. One pollen tube will start to form, through which then male gamete will reach to the ovule and it will discharge male gamete near the egg. So this is very fabulous phenomena created by the plants. But here we have different conditions in dioecious animals, because here male and female gamete produced by the different individuals. So in such kind of organisms, they evolve a special mechanism for gamete transfer, and that successful transfer create the possibility of the fusion of the gametes. Such kind of reproduction is known as sexual reproduction. So these are the three stages of the fusion of gametes which form the zygote and make the gamete for the new individual. So you should try to draw these diagrams to learn well. So this is the example of homogametic contact in alga. Here you can see the germinating pollen grains on the stigma of a flower. How pollen grains are entering to the stigma through the pollen tubes. Now the next topic is fertilization. As you all have learned about the fusion of the male and female gamete. So now things are very clear to you. So it is a most vital event of sexual reproduction, which can be occur due to the fusion of gametes only. So this process is called syngamy, in which it will form because of the diploid zygote. Syngamy is also known as the fertilization. So here today we have learned that syngamy and fertilization both are the same processes which can be occur due to the fusion of the different kind of gametes. Now here this question arises. What would happen if syngamy does not occur? So in this condition, nature has provided another kind of phenomenon also. We have few examples like rotifers, honeybees, and even some lizards and birds like turkey, and the female gamete undergoes development to form new organisms without fertilization. So this phenomenon is called the parthenogenesis. So here that nature has made such kind of suitability also on the earth. If fertilization will not possible, then only the female cell can be active and can produce the new one organisms. So this kind of fertilization is referred as parthenogenesis. Examples are rotifers, honeybees, and lizards, and few kind of birds. So where does syngamy occur? So we have two kinds of condition for the syngamy. It may be external or it may be internal. In most aquatic organisms such as majority of algae and fishes as well as amphibians, syngamy occurs in the external medium. So most aquatic organisms are showing the external fertilization. How does it occur? Such kind of syngamy occur in the external medium, and that process will happen outside the body of the organisms. So here are the few examples. Those are showing the external fertilization are majority of algae, fishes, as well as amphibians. What kind of condition must be there for the external fertilization? There must be the production of large number of gametes. In this condition, we can increase the chance of the fertilization. As we have another examples for this, bony fishes and frogs, where a large number of offsprings are produced. Here is the major disadvantage for the external fertilization, because many of the gametes or the offsprings can eaten by the predators. So they are having the predators threatening their survival up to adulthood. Now let's discuss about the internal fertilization. As this fertilization is the specialty of complex animals and the plants. Complex animals are basically the multicellular organisms. Few terrestrial organisms are fungi, reptiles, birds, mammals. And in plants, these are the bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms and angiosperms. In these organisms, egg is formed inside the female body where they have to fuse with the male gamete. So again, nature has provided the facility to the male gamete. Male gamete is motile because it has to move towards the female gamete. Then only fusion can be occur for the fertilization. Here, number of sperms produced is very large, but a significant reduction in the number of eggs are produced. As in seed plants, as we have learned previously, that non-motile male gamete carried to female gamete by the pollen tubes. So it was about the fertilization. In my next video, I will discuss about the post-fertilization events. So be with me. Have a nice day. Have a happy day. Bye bye.